there's this fear of public speaking. So this week I went to this conference in Philadelphia. It's called Heroic Public Speaking. I'll probably throw a link to their website. Actually, I will down there. But anyway, it was just like super awesome. It was 3 days, kind of real intense course where we had a ton of breakouts, but really the whole vlog here is bent on getting to be a better communicator. Communication is by far one of the most important tools that you'll ever use in any walk of life, whether that's your business, relationships, or anything. Communication is key.
So this is my new friend Jeff here. Jeff Bliss out here at HBS with me. He is a hypnotist. Anyway, he's gonna teach me the human lie detector right here.
So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna push down your hand, you're gonna resist it, and you're gonna repeat, my name is Drew. Because you're telling something that's true, you're gonna find that you're quite strong. Okay? So my name is Drew.
My name is Drew.
And then resist, right?
Yeah.
So my name is Drew.
My name is Drew.
That's how strong you are. Right? You can feel the strength. You're not even strained, it's pretty easy, right? See, I'm working, I'm a pretty strong guy. It's very easy to resist me, right? You think your name is definitely not Rachel.
No.
Okay, that'd be lying. When you lie, you don't have the same strength. Watch. Say, my name is Drew. Here's how strong you are. Watch what happens. Say, my name is Rachel. Liar. Say, my name is Rachel.
My name is Rachel.
Liar. Say, my name is Drew.
My name is Drew. So they just asked the audience in the last session for volunteers to do a on-stage kind of performance, and they'll cut in and coach and do all that kind of fun stuff. I volunteered, so I'm going on stage here in a little bit. I'm gonna try to document it somehow. I don't know if I can get somebody to film it. You know what? Jake Thompson, that's who I'll call. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call my boy Jake and see if he can document it for me. But anyway, I'm going on stage and I'm gonna try to film it, and it's gonna be off the cuff. We'll see, improv it. I gotta come up with something now. Getting ready. I got like 5 minutes. When I was 10 years old, my dad and I were standing underneath the door frame of our guest bedroom. He got down on one knee and he asked me that famous question. He said, "Son, what do you want to do when you get older?" I immediately answered with incredible excitement. I said, "Dad, I want to do what Papa does." And when I told him that, he looked right back at me. He said, "Son, you can do anything you want to do, and you can do exactly what Papa's doing." Let me tell you one thing. My Papa was not just doing something like a typical founder of a company was doing. No, he founded a company that was much more than just a bottom line. He wasn't interested in money. My grandparents founded a company in 1985 at 65 years old to enrich every life they touch. And so this idea of relationship marketing that we see nowadays, this idea of pouring value into people's lives, to be able to give back to a culture, that's all I've ever known. Day 3. It's been pretty fun so far. Running right on time. Well, almost. Starts in 5 minutes. We gotta walk to right there. We'll make it. So I'm realizing that it's day 3. Just got done with the morning session, and I haven't told you like why I'm even doing public speaking in the first place. It's not a professional career for me. But really, there's a couple reasons why. One, I work in a direct sales company, Premier Designs, and so there's a lot of like public speaking. But then 2, also working inside of the corporate structure, working with teams and businesses, communicating effectively and efficiently there is huge. And then 3, also it just helps like one-on-one relationships, being able to communicate clearly and effectively in a caring and genuine way. But really, that's why I'm doing public speaking. So we've broken off into groups. We've got some improv, 3-minute improv stories. We're all giving each other feedback from our peers. It's awesome. My turn. So 3 things I'm really kind of working on. He gave me some points earlier. The swaying, I watched video feedback of that as well. So swaying, I don't want to sway. Beats, so kind of pausing in that. And I need to articulate well. Sometimes I can kind of fumble over words because I get going a little bit too fast. So those are kind of 3 main points I'm looking at. The story is an improv story. I didn't grow up until I was about 22 years old. And what I mean by that is I didn't really start understanding life and values and work ethic until I started to rodeo professionally. I used to be a professional team roper. I turned pro when I was 20 years old. And when I came into that season of life, I traveled all over the country. I met people from all over different walks of life, and that built me a lot into who I am. I had a foundational belief system from Texas, being from the South, to things like chivalry, hard work, and those types of principles that I could apply into rodeo naturally. Rodeo built me into who I am today. When I went through that season, not only was I able to build values in life, I also had relationships that I was able to make from people all over the world. People that were you were stuck on the side of the road in the desert in Arizona would come drive 3 hours for you to pick you and your horses up and put them at their barn and feed you overnight. People that were, if you bumped into an elk in the mountains, were able to come to help you fix your truck so you could go to the next rodeo, you wouldn't miss your competition. Like, these are the types of relationships that I was able to build through that season of life. And this last thing that I have is that that I learned was that life changes. You may not know what's going to come at you this next season. And for me, when I transitioned out of rodeo into a jewelry company, where I went from wearing jeans and boots every day to wearing ties and suits, it's a whole different concept. And so now that I know that life changes and I seek out these relationships and I'm applying the principles that I've had from rodeo into my work ethic inside this career that I'm trying to build inside of marketing and jewelry, like, I'm able to apply this season of life into a whole new direction at 29 years old. From when I first turned pro at 20 years old, 9 years later, having a whole different perspective on life because of one single season of my life where I spent 5 years pursuing a career and a dream that I loved. I'm able to build and pursue and enrich people's lives now even greater than I was back then. Well, feedback. So articulate, swaying, and beats. Yeah.
I didn't catch any swaying. No, I was doing double duty.
Great.
Beats, fantastic.
Are you getting feedback that is useful to you?
Yes.
Yes.
So we just got done with this breakout session where we all broke off into small groups, which was pretty awesome. There was groups of about like maybe 6 of us or so. They gave each of us like a 3-minute speech, improv, if it's something you planned, whatever, anything you wanted to do. Really awesome, because I had like direct feedback from my peers right there, which was so cool. And also some of the things that I was working on throughout the time I've been here, they kind of affirmed that, and then they added on to it as well, which was awesome. So I loved it. The community behind like this place here, like, they've done incredible work leading this community. Like, it's so cool to see like everybody gathering around, encouraging, supporting each other, and helping each other just get better at what they're trying to do. Whether that's pursuing a career in speaking, or like for me, wanting to build kind of like business and things kind of that side, like the relationships in business and corporate, and whether that's sales or if it's like in the real estate stuff, you know, anything that I'm kind of tied into, that's kind of where I'm going with it. So, and these vlogs too. So this HBS has been phenomenal. Like, I love it. It's been awesome. So I've learned so much being able to apply this all. So this is day 3, almost over, and we're out. Appreciate it, man. The only first class available right now?
On 825.
Yeah. So remember when I left DFW and had like crazy time getting to the airport? I get to my flight here, and evidently I didn't have a seat, so I had to book the next flight. Thank God there was one seat left. Aisha helped me out, but it was first class, which ain't a problem, but I didn't want to pay that kind of money. Made it. Plane landed, and I usually just hang out until everybody kind of gets off, but I didn't realize I was in front of the plane, first seat, like first person off. Now I'm back here at the office. So when and I still haven't settled into a new office yet, but my next speaking event, whatever that may be, if it's here, if it's the business, or if it's public speaking at something else outside of Premier, even communicating in my relationships with my girlfriend, other friends, and all that kind of stuff, and to you guys, being able to articulate well is stuff that I'm going to be applying from here on out, and I'm super amped about that. So to close out this vlog, I can't recommend much more than to go check out heroicpublicspeaking.com with Michael Andrew Port. You won't regret it. It's phenomenal. You'll learn something without a doubt. It's awesome.